Hello everyone, this is JPL and I am back for another RWBY review. And today I'll be reviewing Volume 2 of RWBY. Okay, if you're new to this, then I'm just sitting here in front of camera, no editing, just saying what I mean and meaning what I say, almost. And so, let's just start this off that already, from the beginning, from the first episode of Volume 2, this volume is way better than the first one. The animation quality has just rised up and surpassed what it was before, which is great. They've taken away the silhouettes, which personally, I believe why they had the silhouettes in the first one was because they were limited on their animation at the time, and so things were kind of iffy. But now that they actually have designs for them, and they look pretty good, their production value have gone way up than before. The new intro, it fits the setting of the entire season, volume really well. And so, another thing that I like about this one is, like, you already know all the characters. Well, the main characters. Now they're just going to expand on the backstory of each character, well, almost each character, and I really love that. They've shown major growth in Blake and Yang. Possibly Weiss. I know RWBY, she's mostly the same, but there's just tiny development there. And they also focus a lot more on the villains, because last volume they just focused more on the main characters, limited in time, but now they have a lot longer episodes and more character development and story going. I love how now there's build-up in each episode, almost each episode. They build up in the plans of the villains, and the build-up is leading to the Volume 3 finale. And so, that's my main reason for not liking Volume 1, just because there was no real build-up for the big climax. It was just introduction. Like, oh, here's the villain. Then this next season, it was just all build-up. And so that's why the first season volume was out of place for me, in my opinion. Still a great volume, but it doesn't feel right to be there. It also introduces more story arcs that would probably continue later. Like one story arc being Yang's mom, which you see at the end of the second volume. And most people were confused, about most people thought that she was Adam when she first appeared. But I kind of knew because she looked like the girl. And when Yang opens her eyes, she briefly sees her. And so that just sends signals to my head. It's like, hey, she's probably related somehow. Probably the missing mother, which was never proven to be dead. So, there you go. What else do I like more? I'm also including the world of Remnant in this second volume, at least the second volume World of Remnant stuff, and which I really appreciate the world of Remnant because, like, during the first volume, I was confused about Dust and the Grim, like all the properties there. Dust, because I never really see them use Dust, but now they explain to me that their Dust is used in their weaponry, and so explains so much for me. It also explains the Grim, like how they are, what they attract to, and I really appreciate that. I was not expecting or was wondering about the kingdoms, but it's actually good to know for future volumes. And another one which I don't believe was officially re-released by Rooster Teeth, but the Aura explained more to me how aura works, and I know lots of people were confused about Spy, how that dog is invincible. It's because animals also have aura, which they explained early on in Volume 1, which I wish they would have explained that in the aura video, which they're probably redoing that video to explain more about it soon. Maybe, I don't know. But hopefully. And the finale, it was a clever idea to have the villain's plan be botched. The end where the Grimm were released into the city, that was not supposed to happen until way later, which you can see their plan later, and I actually liked how there's just more build up because their plan involves the Grimm coming into the city, which I found rather neat, and there's more development on the side characters, more specifically Dr. Uplague, with him questioning his students, which is why I really like those last few episodes, because they're more development as to why they want to do what they do. And then I'm probably dumb trying to figure out like why he didn't ask about Ruby, why she wanted to do it, but you know, I just leave it off like, oh, Ruby's a special case, so I don't really question things normally, and so yeah. Some more things. Oh yes, they actually done really well to bring back the trailers. Well, more specifically, the Yang trailer. They went back to that club, and I was really upset for the first volume because I did not see her motorcycle at all, even though they were showing it in the intro of the first volume. This second volume, they finally bring back the motorcycle, and I'm just really happy about that. And so, yes. It also introduces the main villain and just how their skill sets, which their skill set is a lot more than what you would think, and they finally got the whole Pura and Jean shipping to go forward, and so yes, there was more character development for Weiss with her family. You see, when she's at the communications tower, she does not want to speak to her family at all, or more specifically her father. So you can tell there's more about that, but I believe everybody knew about the Penny being on synthetic. Well, I noticed it like when her back opened up, or her backpack opened. That's when I figured out, oh, she's probably synthetic. And they finally proved the point, so I'm glad they're doing that. I believe this volume does really well in character development and story-wise, and it's also brings up a problem I would have for Volume 3, which I will explain in the next volume. So, to rate this volume, I would rate it a 10 out of 10. Yeah, pretty good rating. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.